Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net, Tuesday the 21st of October. Thanks again for watching. This is your Outlook video. Just want to take a quick look at a couple of indexes that are going to become familiar over the next few months now as we enter the winter season. This is the North Atlantic Oscillation, and basically the North Atlantic Oscillation Index tells us that when we've got an index which is negative, then that tends to mean that the westerly winds across the Atlantic are weaker and we tend to get more into an easterly flow. When we're in a positive flow of the NAO, then that tends to mean that the westerly winds are stronger coming in across the Atlantic. And this is the prediction for the next couple of weeks, just in there. Look, taking us through to the early part of November. And you notice that it's hovering around sort of neutral level. So when we think in neutral, we're thinking more in terms of this sort of weakened westerly flow, but that flow is still nonetheless from a westerly direction. Now the Arctic Oscillation looks something like this. The Arctic Oscillation, a measure of the winds flowing around the Arctic Circle, and when it's in its negative phase, that means that the winds are weak, and what tends to happen then is that cold air can drain southwards. When it's in a positive phase, it tends to mean that the winds are stronger, and that then prevents the cold air sinking south into the northern hemisphere. So this is the forecast again for the next couple of weeks. You see us going into more positive territory, so indicating this stronger flow, so preventing cold air slipping too far south into the northern hemisphere. So the overall picture from those two scenarios is of more of a west to southwesterly flow. Now what's interesting is that if we just take a look at the forecast models for 10 days time, this is the ECMWF ensemble. We've got the jet stream that's blowing through here like so, but notice the ridge that it's building in from high pressure centred south of the country. Now on this one, with the jet still so close to northern western Scotland, you'd expect there to be still further outbreaks of rain and some cloud here as well, but elsewhere generally dry. Wouldn't say completely dry, but certainly drier than it has been and not quite so windy. Now if we just compare that to the Canadian for the same date, this one's showing still got a ridge in the Atlantic, but a trough still present through the UK. That would bring in some really cold conditions, but I think that the Canadian sits out on its own because GFS Ensemble does this, virtually the same as the ECMWF Ensemble. It's got the jet stream flowing around like so, got a ridge of high pressure building in, generally dry for many areas, although drizzle affecting northern and western parts of Scotland and also the north and the west of Ireland. So this idea generally still building of high pressure trying to get into the south during next week. And really the CFS hasn't handled this too badly. This was its prediction for week 1 up to the 26th of October, building the ridge down to the south. Look, only affecting southern parts of the country though, with dry conditions there, although that's not exactly what's going to happen during this week, because it looks like there will be some rain around on Friday and Saturday, but it's still building that pressure in, and the idea is that pressure does build. And then for week 2 puts the high pretty close to us. There's the ridge, doesn't see the jet breaking through, but certainly sees the build of this ridge. So I think we're building confidence in the idea of pressure building during next week. We'll see what happens. Certainly plenty of the models are going for that, but of course I'll keep you informed over the next few days. Right, apologies for my slightly gravelly voice. I think the man flu is back. Of course, nobody's ever had it like this before, have they? So I'm going to go and have a lie down in a darkened room. But for now, whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget you can subscribe to us on our YouTube channel and get notifications of whenever the videos are updated, or keep on coming back to weatherweb.net, checking back on there, and we keep you bang up to date through there as well. But for now, whatever you're doing, have a great day, keep the sun shining, and bye for now.